Hey,
Bob,
good
how's it
morning,
going?
everybody. How's it going? Hey, morning. It's the Pine Point Sunday morning show. How's it
It's
going, Zach?
the snow day special. Oh yeah.
The Snow Day special. Absolutely. Absolutely. Hey, this is the second week in a row that we've gotten to do the show from the confines of our own home
I don't know about you, Bob, but
because of the snow.
this chair is mighty comfortable compared to getting out of that.
Well, we might actually find that just chilling at the homestead might be a good way to do our show. Do it just this way from now on. I'm actually kind of liking this.
I don't know. It's really matters what the viewers think, Bob. Do they really want to
Yeah,
see
yeah,
us
I
chilling at
I
home?
agree. I agree. But I think they're good. They would enjoy our pretty faces on a Sunday morning, providing this great content to them that we do every Sunday.
See, see
It
the
wouldn't matter where we're coming from.
see the good thing would be the
Hey,
big
good
thing would
morning,
be
Megan. How's it going?
good morning, Megan. See, the thing is, at least I don't feel jealous of Megan this way.
Yeah, well, that's true because Megan a lot of times has very killingly stated that things, but just from the kinds of her home in her PJs. So I get where she's coming from. That's awesome. So it's snowing outside. Obviously, going to be a nasty day today. It looks like. Going to be a great day to stay home. Just watch some movies, make some popcorn. Break up the comfort food, right?
Yeah. Well, this is what Megan has to say.
Oh, okay. So
Are on. She said sorry they
I'm
were never
on.
on.
Okay.
All right, guys. Let me edit that. Baha PJs are on. Not what you guys think. Get out of
Okay,
here.
all right. So moving on, it's going to be one of those days. You just enjoy the day out there. So we just had Valentine's Day the other day. Uh,
Oh,
yeah, Nancy and I went out to C40. Shout out to Frank and his crew; they did a great job. We actually did a hibachi there for lunch. And you beat the crowd out there. It was kind of nice, but yeah, we hadn't been to C40 in a while, and it was a great meal. I hear you and Kate had an interesting outing on Valentine's Day.
hold on.
Oh,
Yeah, I did, Bob. But
oh,
thanks for thanks
okay.
very much for this. Is what hunker down, eat lots of food, and watch the Daytona 500.
500. There you go. That sounds like a winner to me. I think a lot of people will be doing
Winner,
that one today
winner
too.
for sure.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah,
no,
absolutely.
yeah, Bob. I had I don't even know how to explain it. That's the weirdest thing because everything happened so quick. So let me
Okay.
let me start off on this. So Kate and I left the office and we went to go get her. We left late and we went to go get our Valentine's dinner because it was late. I'm like, yeah, let's just grab some eat out. So we went down to Sam's. She loves their heart shaped pizzas.
Yeah,
Anybody knows they make heart shaped pizzas on Valentine's Day. Um,
absolutely. Have for
well,
years.
I I like Sam's, but not to the volume everybody else does. So I got Chinese food.
Yeah,
Like I don't care.
I'm on
What?
board with you.
Well, if anybody knows Jade Garden, they know the layout of the place. So I walk in and it's almost like it's New Year's Eve. It's so busy. But I just think they were having maybe a couple of complications with their computer system because it didn't seem like they had it. They were trying to fix it. And eventually
Okay.
they did. But anyways, I walk in, I'm standing next to the front door, off to the side so people can come in and out. And I'm just chatting it up with this really nice lady. I think she was a teacher. Super nice. If you see me on here, you know who you are. Um, and we're sitting there, and all of a sudden, this gentleman walks in. He's a larger gentleman. Not trying to offend anybody. I'm a larger gentleman, but he was larger than me. So he came in. He was out of breath. He sat right down at the booth and just sat there. And all of a sudden, we said, "Hey," because all of us were waiting. We weren't waiting to go up to the counter. The counter was free. I said, "Hey, it's your turn. If you need to go, tell them what your order is." And
Yep.
Jade Garden takes all the orders by two ways. I found out by observing. If it's a call in, it's by the phone number. If it's online, it's by name, and the receipts print
Mhm.
out either with a phone number or name. Anyways, if you order
Okay.
online, it comes out with a name. So that's how they know that they don't have any online orders ready, because they
Okay.
don't have any names, they just have numbers. So anyways, the
Yep.
guy comes in, he goes up the counter, he says, "Online order poo-poo for two. Online order poo-poo for two." He wouldn't give a phone number and he wouldn't give a name, but he kept saying poo-poo for two. And I'm like, okay, that's a little odd, but all right, whatever. So anyways, he says online order, and they said that, well, there's no online orders ready. So anyways, he sits down for a minute. Everybody's off doing their own thing. Everybody's kind of chit-chatting because we're all getting friendly because we just want Chinese food. We're not mad. We understand they're backed up. Everyone's just they're just happy. It's an odd situation what Chinese food brings. So I'm standing there, and quite literally, all of a sudden, I notice this guy gets up and starts walking around the back. And before you know it, he's at the side of the counter, rummaging through the paper bags with the food in it, looking at the tags.
Oh my.
So anyways, he gets to the one on the end that had been sitting there the longest, and I don't know if it was his or not. But anyways, he seemed to say that was his.
Mm-hmm.
But come to find out, I knew this because I had just made an online order. You can't pay for your food online. They ask you to pay at the store.
Mm-hmm.
So anyways, he grabs it, and it looks like he's literally going to take the food and sit down and eat it, or he's heading to the bathroom to eat it in the bathroom. I don't know. Anyways, he slowly makes his way very awkwardly, and he's acting very awkward. He's walking around, gets to the front counter. He grabs a handful of the Chinese calendars.
Okay.
He looks at the gentleman, at the kid. These are kids. I've grown up with this restaurant, so they're the kids of the family. They look at the kid saying, "Thank you, no, I'm all set," and he runs out the door.
Ran out the door.
He ran out the door.
Okay.
And after this all happens, I'm trying to figure out what just happened. And I'm like,
okay. Wow.
He just ran out the door with his food. We don't know if it was his.
Right. Right.
Ran out the door with food without paying. And
so they were chasing after him?
No, nobody went chasing after him. And I'm sitting there thinking, I didn't realize what just happened until he was out the door.
Okay.
And I'm like, what do you do? Are we supposed to stop him?
Well, at that point, he's out the door.
I know. I'm like, what would you guys do? Are you supposed to stop him?
I think at that point, when he's out the door, it makes it kind of hard. He's gone.
Oh, I know, because I did go outside to look.
Yeah.
But it's just like, he literally ran out the door.
Wow. That's insane.
He was happy.
That's insane. So you had a pretty wild Valentine's Day experience.
It wasn't dangerous, but it was just like, did I just see that?
That's crazy. That's crazy.
And he was so happy running out that door. It was not funny.
Yeah.
It was the oddest thing. He didn't come in like he knew he was going to do it. It's almost like
just
he went in there not knowing what he was there for, but he knew he had a mission to get the Chinese food.
Well, he knew he had to go ahead and head out the door quickly because it was a poo-poo platter for two, right? So he must have had somebody out there waiting for him. He had to share it, you got to get it up when it's hot, you don't want to eat it when it's cold. So
I don't know.
He had to get out the door.
I had been standing there for a half hour, and honestly, the bag he grabbed had been sitting there the whole time. So I guess.
Hey, when it's free, it's free. It doesn't matter, right?
Yeah, whatever, right? It is.
Oh man, that's crazy.
Yeah, it was just interesting. And what? No way.
Yeah. Wow.
And I think I said it better the other night, but it was just like, what? I can't believe what just happened.
Yeah, that's crazy.
But Bobby, I think we should probably work on real estate, though. I feel like we're getting out a little.
Well, it is a real estate show, so we should probably talk some real estate, right?
I know you don't. I know you don't like working, but
well, it is a Sunday, so Sunday morning, it's we already did, laid it out. It's going to be one of those Sundays where you just kick back and enjoy.
Yeah.
So anyway, speaking of enjoying and kicking back on a Sunday and working, talking a little bit of real estate, let's talk about the current market right now. What's going on with the market?
Oh, wait a minute. What's that?
What is that? That looks like the numbers of active inventory currently.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I thought we were in a good market, Bob.
Well, I keep hearing that prices are going up and things like that. I think though I thought I'd heard experts saying that the inventory is lightening up a little bit, that we have a little bit more out there. That doesn't appear to be the case here.
So, this kind of popped out of nowhere.
Yeah.
All right, so let's try to explain this, Bob. So
sure, because obviously, looking at the numbers, it can be crazy if you don't understand them. So, let's take a closer look at them so we can better understand them.
So, all right, let's start with the beginning. So we know this is all the active inventory year over year. That's what I'm getting at for the state of Maine. So
absolutely.
it looks like in 17 we had an inventory of 22,000, almost.
Over.
2018, it went up. We had an active inventory of 24,000 homes.
It had a bump there. Yeah.
Trust me, I remember back in those days. It was nice.
Yeah.
There was plenty of houses to show, many of options. But then it looked like in 19 we came down a little bit to about 22,000. Then wait a minute, COVID hit. Here COVID hits. Everyone's scared. Things popping off the market.
Yeah.
Things popping off the market.
Absolutely. So we can see those COVID years right there, and what happened with the amount of inventory on the market.
So the inventory dropped in 2020 by almost 5,000 homes.
Yeah.
2021, another 3,000 to 4,000 homes.
Yep.
2022, another 2,000 to 3,000 homes. 2023, we're down to 11,000 homes in the state to sell.
Wow. So we were just talking a year before last. That wasn't that many.
Well, here's some good insight here though, because 2024 is done.
Yeah.
So we do see the amount of homes go up here.
We are seeing an increase there. So 2024 certainly bumped up a bit. So I mean, obviously the concern would be what's that? What's that drop?
So this is 2025, and we haven't really done 2025 to the fullest, so we can't look at this level right yet.
So that's kind of a useless line, even though some people might show you that and kind of try to scare you with it, right?
Yeah.
Because
honestly, we are looking year over year. We're not looking month over month. This line stops here.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah.
So we don't have to worry so much about this piece so much, but it just shows you what the difference is and why we keep saying that the inventory is so much different than 5 years ago.
Right.
And what's driving our prices right here.
Yeah, and we've talked about that in many conversations as to why did the prices go up so drastically? Well, as we see that big long drop in inventory, supply and demand pretty much dictates that prices are going to go up because the inventory is down, and that's what we're seeing here. With inventory coming up a little bit last year, that's certainly a nice thing to see. And knowing that the 25 data is kind of useless data right now, but if things continue on, we actually should be looking at exactly what the economists are saying, and that's that continuous bump in inventory that will hopefully level the playing field out a little bit.
So let's jump over to the opposite of this graph, to sold dollar volume.
Yeah.
Ready?
Okay. So what do the properties sell for?
3, 2, 1.
All right. So
notice it's the opposite. Again, you can't look at this 2025 mark
Right.
because we haven't completed 2025.
Right. But again, going back to those numbers from 2017, and especially going up through 20 through 23, or 22 anyway, we see those prices going up.
So this is volume. So this is the total amount of volume sold in these years.
Yeah.
So in 2024, we sold more by volume than we did in 2023.
Yeah.
And we peaked at 2021. But if you look at the amount of dollars spent in the state recorded, it just goes directly up. This is your COVID line right here.
Right.
This is what a healthy market looks like. This is what an unhealthy market looks like.
Right. Yeah. And as we know, we always have ups and downs in the market, but this is what kind of makes those ups and downs.
Typically in economy, you don't see this kind of jump.
Mm-hmm.
This is a false jump. We can't really look back at that. This is a healthy gaining market right here.
Yeah.
Because this is actually the line that's coming out of the 2008 crash.
Right.
And if we could go back further, you would notice this line's the same. It's the same elevation. It just keeps going up slowly.
Yep.
But again, don't worry about this, guys. This is what freaks everybody out, at least in my mind, when we just look at this. This hasn't happened yet. So this, at the end of the year, should be up here somewhere.
Yep.
But we can go down to closed sale, like sales prices. And this is what sales prices have been doing due to that inventory.
Yep. So again, seeing just a slight little dip there, which is indicative of seeing a little bit extra bump in the inventory.
And again, this is healthy gain.
Yep.
This is unhealthy gain. When you're jumping $50,000 in value a year, there's an issue.
Yeah. That's not the norm for sure.
If you're jumping 10, 15, it's still a lot because these were really good years.
Yeah.
17 to 19, they were actually really good years for real estate, and that was more of a normal, healthy market. Where this was created out of COVID. Everybody had surplus money. More money came out of the works than anything ever in history. It was crazy.
Yep.
But again, when we get to that 2025, unfortunately, we can't really, this line we can't use because we haven't done 2025 mark. We only have 2 months of data, not even.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think, Bob?
No, it makes perfect sense. And if we look at the lines and look at what they represent, it makes a great correlation between the two as to why things are the way they are. And it just makes good sense.
Yeah. So let's go back.
So
let's go to the ahead. Stuff we go to. So this is what we normally talk about on a daily basis, on a monthly basis, not a daily basis. So right now our median sales, well, actually, Bob, I'll let you take over. I've been talking enough. Everybody wants to hear you.
No, not a problem. So basically what this was here was a month to month, if I recall, right, Zach?
This is comparing month, the same month of the year. If we want to compare, do you want to compare month to month or month from the same month last year?
I just wanted to make sure that what it was that we were comparing here. If it was year to year or month to month.
It shows what January. This is compared to January last year.
Okay, so this is same month year. I got you. Okay,
this is compared to December to January.
Okay, so all right, so you got it over on the prior month right now.
Yep.
Okay, beautiful. Okay, so actually, there probably is a nice little indicator there. Can you go back to the year, month over year, just for the heck of it? Uh, okay, so it shows that a median sales price of 386,500 for the 16 counties here in the state of Maine. So if you were to take the sales price of every single property that's sold here in the state of Maine, and again, this is same month, year to year. So this is January of 25 versus January of 24. So the median sales price in 25 is 386,500. Okay, that was an increase of 9.5%. So year over year, nice little increase. Now, median, obviously, as a lot of folks are aware, is not necessarily an average, but it's the actual middle of the price ranges. So obviously, you have one end of the price range, the high, the low, and the median would be that number right smack dab in the middle. So there was 818 closed sales in the course of the year. Again, up 8.8%. So nice seeing that the market is definitely rebounding nicely. The thing that I found really interesting when we were looking at it the other day is the active inventory numbers. Okay, so basically, again, this is from January 24 to January 25. Active inventory is up 3,097 properties from what it was in 24. So again, an increase of 36.6%. And that's kind of exciting because that has really been the crux for a lot of what has been referred to as a seller's market. That is that we just don't have enough inventory. And it's nice to see that in 2024, we actually did see that increase. Those are some important numbers, I think, going forth into 2025, because if those numbers continue to sustain themselves and continue to go upwards, we're bound to see at least a flattening, if not maybe a slight decrease in prices. Wouldn't you agree, Zach?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so
because if this goes up, if we can get this back up to the 10,000 property mark, active inventory,
yeah,
this will come down.
Oh yeah, yeah. Now, I mean, even if we get it halfway there, I think we'll see some drastic changes. But yes, the more active inventory, guys, that we can come up with, we can get in the market, the better prices are going to be, and the less of a seller's market we'll see it, and level off more to at least a norm, and who knows, maybe even a slight buyer's market.
Yeah.
Yeah,
definitely. Sure.
So one of the things that I know you talk to people about all the time, Zach, and I do too, and that is kind of like trying to time the market. Okay, I mean, everybody's trying to find that right spot where prices aren't going up too quickly, interest rates are coming down. My thought on it really is that you can never really time the market. The best time for in the market is today, because if you look at it in the whole scope of things, 5, 10, 15, 20 years down the road, you'll never be in a worse position for sure than what you're in today.
And honestly, I think a lot of this is just my opinion, and like I said, it's worth nothing or worth somebody, but I feel like our real estate market has gotten so involved with the investor mind, that everybody forgets the reason why people need a home.
Yep.
I've run into so many sellers in the past 5 years that literally have sold their homes because they thought it was a good idea because the house was worth so much money. Now they have no place to go.
Right.
So at the end of the day, it really matters. It's not really whether the market's ready for you or you're ready for the market. It's what in your life needs to change. What's going to better your life? What's going to set you in a position where you're comfortable going to that home?
Yep.
So again, a lot of the common questions we get, like I said, they're good questions, but they're honestly questions that are more personal than can really be driven by the numbers or anything we can offer as a real estate agent. Because honestly, if you're coming to me wanting to sell your house, just your personal house, just because it's worth so much right now, because you're afraid that you're going to lose it, I don't think I'd worry so much about losing it. I would just say, look, do you need a bigger house? Do you need a smaller house? Is that what's hurting your current lifestyle? Then maybe we need to change. But if it's not hurting your current lifestyle or where you want to be at that point, why change?
Yeah.
Because you think you're rich? That's not the right question. That's, to me, that's really not a good answer to sell your house. Now, if you had a 2 houses that you wanted to cash out on because you don't live in one, that's a whole different scenario.
Totally different conversation.
Because now we're talking about not having to worry about where you're going to end up as a customer, and we know where you're going to be after the fact. Because the truth still stands still. No matter where you go, unless you have enough cash to buy something outright, you're still going to pay a mortgage or rent.
Yeah, but again, depending on what your situation, it may or may not make sense. Yeah. So, and that's where you and I come in, Zach, and the team that we have at PinePoint Realty is we're able to go ahead and actually sit down and have those kinds of conversations with folks that we're talking to, and actually not just look at it as to how can I get your house listed, how can I get you to to buy another house, but what's your situation? What are you trying to accomplish? And how can we help you best accomplish that? And be able to, as I've always been told, I was given 2 of these and only 1 of these, and I should use these twice as much as I use this, right? So if we listen to our clients, okay, and actually put together what it is that they're looking for and help them actually achieve that. That's what we're here for.
Exactly. Like I said, the truth behind real estate is a lot of people misconceive agents as selling homes.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, we are selling something. But to be honest, we're not really selling homes. We're coming up with a process that'll help sell your home. Because the home's going to sell itself to the right person regardless of who's selling it.
Right.
The only thing that matters is if the price is right to be attractive enough to bring that one person in that's going to pay the most and give you the best deal, or are you looking for that needle in a haystack that, for example, when somebody gets a blank check for their house, that's what I call a needle in a haystack. And I feel like a lot of people go to their friends and they brag about when they have that moment, and everybody seems to think they can have that needle in the haystack, which isn't a reality. Right. The reality is we got to look at what your house is going to sell on a open market. Is it so unique that does it need that buyer, that special buyer that is a needle in the haystack? Or how can we make it so it fits the model of more people without having to wait for that needle in the haystack?
Yep, and we can help take a look at your situation, where you're at. Take a look at your home and suggest a lot of those little tips and techniques that might indeed help you. Number 1, to make that good, proper decision, and number 2, set up your home and yourself in a situation where you can actually, cash out for the most amount of money on your home when you do sell.
But Bob, you know what the issue is?
What's that?
They haven't started the first step.
That's right. They haven't given us a call, right?
Right. Talk is free.
Talking is free. So pick up the phone, give us a call, okay? We'd love to talk with you.
Ask about the graphs. Ask about the data.
Absolutely.
Be an informed consumer, but don't be the doctor trying to practice a medicine without a doctorate.
Well, it's funny you bring that up, Zach. You kind of got me thinking along that path the other day by asking me to take a look at a series of videos And if you guys have never seen them, check them out. They're funny, but they're also kind of informative if you really think about them. And it's Dave, don't be a Dave, okay? And Zach and I are actually talking about possibly coming up with some little skits that might be down along that path. That might be fun, but also informative. But check it out, Dave. Don't be a Dave. Check it out on YouTube. It's funny. I looked at the first one. I'm going, oh man, this guy is just whack. And then the last little piece came. It's kind of like a PSA, public service announcement type of video. So it's they're actually pretty cool. Check them out.
But the reality is, like I said, don't be an expert where you're not an expert.
Exactly. Don't be an expert when you're actually not that expert.
Come on. The WebMD diploma only leads to death, and that's the truth.
You get that point. But so anyway, Zach, I think we're at the end of the show.
Yep.
So again, guys, if you ever have any questions, any comments, any concerns, anything you'd like to see us talk about here on the show, let us know. Give it in the comments. Even if you're watching the replay, okay, give us a little comment in there. Let us know. Tag us, all right? So you give us that little tickler for us to actually take a look at the comment as well, because sometimes we get kind of busy and we forget to look at it.
Yep.
So tag us while you're doing it, okay? Unless you got any other final words, Zach, like we always say, talk is free, right?
Well, no, we need to revamp that right now.
Oh, okay.
We can't help you until you take the first step.
That is true. That is true. You got to make the call. You got to make the call. So yeah, remember, guys, give us a call. Reach out to us. We'd love to talk with you. And like Zach always says, talk is indeed free. And till next time, guys, expect an amazing day. Take care. Have a great